there likely is no God. Here's why. If I could pray to God and then 5 seconds later I become bald, and then I pray again to God, and then 2 minutes later I grow my hair back again, and then I keep doing this over and over, and I can repeat this over and over again, that would be fantastic evidence for a miraculous supernatural being. Instead, almost all the miracle claims that theists give us are always ambiguous or unfalsifiable, and that's where theists love to live, in those gaps in our knowledge.
Deuteronomy 6:16. Do not put the Lord your God to the test. No, Mr. Brigandy, God is not your circus act, performing magic tricks at your beck and call just to satisfy your demanding curiosity. Can you imagine if a young child said something like this to their parent? I'm only going to clean my room, Mommy, if you first do X, Y, or Z to convince me it's really you telling me to clean it. I think that little snot-nosed kid would be spending a whole lot of time in their room when they were grounded for the next week and a half. Look, from a logical perspective, this argument assumes that God would submit to your experimental testing. He is a free creature, just like you are, and he certainly is under no moral obligation to perform for you. Leave aside for a moment how Mr. Brigandy's little thought experiment completely disrespects God's authority. Would Mr. Brigandy really be convinced even if God did submit to his little test? I doubt it. It's far more likely that he'd propose some alternative explanations, like some unknown biology, fraud, hypnosis, or something else. Throughout history, people have disagreed about events that were on video, or those that are scientifically documented, or even events they've personally witnessed. Our beliefs are based on a whole lot more than just evidence, and confirmation bias leads to us interpreting evidence in the light most favorable to our already held beliefs, which is probably what Mr. Brigandy would do even if he did experience divinely inspired hair growth. Atheist John Loftus, for example, had described the time when he was younger and a member of a Christian church, and he prayed something along the lines of, God, if you're there, make the lightning flash. And sure enough, almost immediately, lightning flashed. But is he a believer today? Nope. Looking back on that event now, he's chalked it up to confirmation bias, seeing something coincidental and interpreting it as confirming a belief you want to be true. And you know what? Maybe he's right about that. Maybe that lightning flashing was just a coincidence. But guess what? You can't have it both ways. You can't in one breath say that was confirmation bias, then act like once you become an atheist, somehow you become immune to confirmation bias yourself. You know why people don't believe today, even in the face of all the evidence God has provided? Because they don't want to. And that's not just the Bible talking. That's science. For a worldview that claims to be so pro-science, it's pretty staggering to see the prominence of an argument like this one that just plain ignores it. God bless.